I want to show you guys how we transformed my room from looking like this into the YouTube studio and minimalist workspace that you see in front of you today. Big shout out to my stepdad Mario for really making this come alive. As you can see in this photo, it was a construction site and now I spend most of my week in here and I absolutely love this space. When I was thinking about what do I want when I recreate my office, there was a few things that came to mind. I wanted it to be super minimal, but I also wanted it to be practical and a great place to film YouTube videos for you guys. And I think that we're getting really close to seeing that vision come to life. My favorite, my standout piece of this room is definitely these two bits of equipment or furniture, whatever you want to call it. This back paneling here, I had the idea of putting these panels here for a few reasons. The first one is I think they look absolutely phenomenal and they're really not that expensive. For all these panels, it cost me 600 bucks from Bunnings, which is a hardware store in Australia. And then of course, I've got the light bar running and that was about 35 bucks. That thing turns on by itself at 8 a.m., shuts off at 5 p.m. And of course you can fully customize it. I chose not to put the diffuser in here. I sort of like how the individual LEDs stand out. But massive shout out to my stepdad Mario for really making this wall come to life in a couple of hours. The second thing that I was really excited about when I was building this room is actually repurposing one of our old kitchen stands. We had this in our kitchen for years and I didn't want to throw it out when we moved here. And I got the idea from Matt Devella to get a movable table where you can actually stand in front of it. You can have the camera pointing in front of you. It's a great place to have your props, your computer, but it's also super practical because you can store things in here. As you can see, what do I keep in here? Again, keeping it minimal. There's not too much. I've got a few laptops, got a tripod for my phone, got some storage here, and I've got my old microphone. The funny thing about this mic is that I bought it about 5 years ago when I started YouTube, and the main feedback I got was my audio sounded terrible. And I bought this for 80 Aussie bucks as a bit of a stopgap, and I find myself going back to it because no one has complained about the audio since, and it's just super easy to cart it around. And of course, when I'm done with this guy, the only thing I had to do with it was attach some casters at the bottom. Obviously the legs on this, they were fixed. Again, $10 from Bunnings, you put some casters on it and it becomes super easy to roll around. And then you can lock it in place as well, so it's not gonna go anywhere. My desk, again, Officeworks, thanks for, I think this chair was 250 bucks. Nothing too fancy, it's just really comfortable. But when it comes to the desk, I mean, I set it so it's really centered to the window here. Reason for this is you want to look out when it's a nice bright sunny day, and when you spent all your time staring at the screen, it's just sort of nice to look up and get some natural light. Again, my desk here is super minimal. Working at Microsoft, I have a Surface Pro 11. That would be my device of choice even if I didn't work there. My keyboard though, this is the Surface Flex keyboard. The super cool thing about this is that it is Bluetooth connected up. So I use it when I'm working here, when I'm using the Pro by itself, or when I'm in the office, I have the exact same keyboard. And that just means it's one less thing to carry or have to sit on my desk and carry one with me. And it means that the travel and the keyboard I'm using is the same no matter where I am. When it comes to mice, the MX Master 3 by Logitech, this is honestly my favorite mouse ever. And then we only have a 34-inch monitor. I got this, a friend of mine was upgrading, so I got this guy for free, so thank you to Huey for that. I do have an old adjustable stand. I got this on Amazon for maybe 20 or 30 bucks a few years ago. The cool thing is I can do an overhead shot here, or if I needed to, I'll bring it around, or I could do an overhead shot here. So super, again, it's got to be minimal, but it's also got to be versatile. The last thing in this room that I don't use as much as I should is actually my Rode microphone stand, and that's because it's fixed to this desk. I bought this mic about a year ago as an upgrade for my setup, thinking I've done YouTube for a while, it's time to invest in a really nice microphone, a nice stand. But because it's fixed here, if I'm not sitting at this desk, I usually tend to go to my portable, cheaper microphone or the DJI mic. But this is my minimal but really effective studio and office. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is there any upgrades that you would want to see me make? And I'd love to hear your thoughts about it as well. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.